My research is based on surveillance studies. I started a pilot project that explored the impact of the removal of in-person care during 2020 and 2021 for new mothers. And that research has now led to lots of different types of outputs, but it's really enabled me to explore the impact of what happens when we take people away in healthcare settings. So that's really what I'm focused on, the digitisation of healthcare.
The play is called Three Mothers, but it's 3 M'(others, which I think is very relevant. It's about 3 mothers in COVID, 3 women who have babies during COVID, and it's about what that experience did to new mothers and how and the struggles that came with not just with the usual struggles that come with maternity and have your first child, but also what the digital healthcare element did to that as well. And I guess it's about loneliness and it's about isolation, and it's also about this sense of being judged. No, it's a very specific story. It's also very universal. It's about motherhood. It's about mothers and daughters and birth, and I think the COVID aspect of it, you know, there's a sense of we're tired of COVID now. We want to forget, push that aside. But actually, the point is the knock-on effects into the future, and I think we can learn a lot through just thinking about that.
Process has been really interesting, especially from an actor's point of view. It differs quite a bit from like kind of usual structured rehearsals. There's a lot more freedom involved. I feel like I've been given the opportunity to flesh out a character, like whereas before it was kind of a concept on a page. I've been given complete freedom to kind of improvise and give life to this young kind of mother who's really struggling during the pandemic to figure out how to bring up her child and how to deal with a newborn baby.
You have the beauty of having, for this particular time, the writer in the room, which you don't always in rehearsals. So we have the beauty of being able to ask Antonia questions and see really where she's coming from, and we can just create this whole story together rather than sort of be given a kind of flat thing that you have to stick with. It just gives you a lot more creativity and freedom. And it's just a lot of fun. Just throwing so many more ideas around in a lovely, safe environment.
Working together with 2 other actors on 3 characters, 3 mothers, I think our collective experience filters into all 3 of the characters, and that's why it's so useful to be working so collaboratively, I guess, with 2 of us who have lived experience, a wealth of material and research from writer Antonia that is lived experience, and also a younger actor who hasn't got lived experience but comes with a brilliant fresh perspective that really adds into the mix really well.
The aim of the play and the impact that I'm trying to achieve with it is partly that I think a really wide audience needs to see it so that we can strive for better healthcare full stop. I think better healthcare for all, not just women and not just first-time mothers and not just in maternity settings, but across all sectors is very important. And I think sometimes there are ways that we communicate that where the message can get lost, the human message can get lost. Data and statistics are all very helpful, but I think there's nothing quite like having an emotion attached to that and a very human story attached to that. So I'm hoping that by showing this to medical professionals working in maternity settings or in NHS settings, we might actually be able to measure whether or not the play is capable of helping to encourage a change higher up in policy, and that maybe something like this play and the redevelopment of it and future versions of it that may run hopefully across the UK will do just that. Will actually change policy and change future experiences for new mothers.